You are now picking Nia'S nose. Thanks so much for tuning in, and today I am going to be talking about getting what you want in life. So, in life or as children, we're taught that if you go to school and you do well, you go to college, you do well, you'll eventually get a good job. And if you do well, then you'll maybe get a promotion and you can work your way up if you continue to do well. And eventually you retire. And then you'll be doing well because you'll be making more money than when you were working. But through all of that doing well and through all of that whole cycle, you're doing nothing for yourself. You're putting all of your energy into your job, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. You're putting all of your energy into your family, your children, your spouse. And how much of that energy are you putting into yourself? How much love are you giving yourself? How much time are you utilizing in the day to bring forward the things that you believe or know that would make you happy? And a lot of the times, if we really think about it, it's not much time. And if we really, really think about it, we don't even know what makes us happy. We don't even know what we want. And recently, I just came to the conclusion that that is where my happiness lies. So in the last episode of Picking Nia'S Nose, I mentioned that I came up with 3 affirmations. And just to let you know what the 3 affirmations are, it's I know what I want, I know what it takes to get what I want, and I do what it takes to get what I want. So the reason why those affirmations came to mind was because for some reason I thought about what would make me happy and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out what I actually wanted. And a lot of the time when I come up with an affirmation, what I do is I'll just I'll turn it into a little song in my head. And I'm not even going to make up a song right now. I'm not going to make up a song. You could do it if you want. So like I said, the 3 affirmations, I'll repeat it, is I know what I want. I know what it takes to get what I want. And I do what it takes to get what I want. And once I started to imprint that in my head, so literally that whole day, whenever I came up with the affirmations, I started to sing this song in my head, and it was comprised of all 3 affirmations, and I sang it over and over and over. You know, like you get like Beyonce songs stuck in your head? Child, you need to get some affirmations stuck in your head. So make up songs with your affirmations and let the magic happen. So let's move on a little bit further. So now that happened that day, and after that day, I just kind of forgot about it. Didn't think about it anymore. It was just, something that happened that day. And then eventually the magic started to happen. And I started to realize like the things that I wanted in my life. It started to click for me, and it was just like almost serendipitous. And if you don't know what that means, Google it. And when it started to click, I then realized that it was the affirmation. So it started to just naturally come to me, these things that I can see, taste, feel, hear, visualize. I can feel emotionally myself in it. And I started to see my life how I wanted it to be. And once I began to see that, I then was able to figure out that in order for me to achieve those things, I then had to reverse engineer those feelings, that experience. I had to reverse engineer that experience in order to achieve it. A lot of the times, like I said, we go from saying that we need to get a job, but we don't ever put into consideration, is this job really going to facilitate the life that you want in your future? And we probably never even really put much energy into what we specifically want for our futures. So now that I pinpointed what I wanted, and I started to feel that, and I started to like do things like just go on Instagram and scroll through hashtags of luxury homes, or like get lost in a page all about fruits, or look at just like tropical beaches or luxurious resorts on remote islands and things like that. I could then like sit there and smile and just envision myself there. I can feel the sun. I can taste the sour sap in my mouth. I could, just hear the waves rolling and crashing while I'm sitting on this beach, laying there, just enjoying my life. I can see how my kitchen looks in my, let me not small my dream up, in one of my beautiful homes across the world. I can see how my bathroom looks, what kind of skylight I want, what type of color scheme, all of these things. I can envision myself on, every time I'm going to one of my homes, flying private. Because honestly, public transportation is just not for me, including airplanes. And all of these things, me feeling them and just smiling and enjoying it right now, it then caused me to be able to figure out ways to achieve them. I'm going to say that again, or say it in a different way. Now that I know what I want, and I know how it feels to have it, I am now able to put together a plan to achieve those specific goals. I now know that if I want to have multiple homes in many cities across the world, that working a 9-to-5 job is just not going to cut it. I know that making wigs by myself for people for $200 a pop is just not gonna cut it. And now that I realize this, I can go through or even channel ways to make these, I don't want to call them dreams, these future plans happen. So I'm not going to speak specifically on what has happened, but today alone, in 2 different areas of my life, you know what? I'm actually going to call it 3 different areas of my life. I came into contact with 1, a mentor, 2, a person that is potentially $1 million business partner, and 3, a deal that could make me over $300,000 without even spending a dollar, and just by connecting dots. And this only happened because now that I knew what I wanted, I then knew what I needed to do to get it. And I needed to come up out of my shell and reach out to these people that could potentially close deals with me, that could mentor me to show me the ropes of the business that I'm looking to, or that I am in now. And just because I pulled those triggers, I got yeses. I got the actual freaking CEO of the company on the phone as soon as the phone rang, listening to what I had to say, giving me their email so I can send them the information for this deal. And it was so, I'm sorry. The fact that literally this all happened today. Like, all of this happened today. I spoke to these people today, one day, because I chose to all I did was choose to know what I wanted and figure out what it took to get there, and actually did it. And I'm sorry, but this is, you don't even understand. I am grateful that I had the faith in myself to do this. I'm patting myself on the back for having faith in myself to reach out to these people
who maybe at some other point in time in my life, I would have been super afraid or intimidated by them because they're millionaires. When honestly, even though I may be fresh and new in this industry, I have something to offer. I'm somebody special. And you gotta have faith in yourself. So, I don't know, like, I feel like because I'm crying, like, my mind just went all over the place, but try it. Try just those 3 affirmations. Make a song out of it. Walk around the house and sing it all day. While you're at work, sing it to yourself. Create a little song in your head and just keep saying it over and over and over again and see if it works. Just see if it works. How is that going to hurt? But all I'm going to say is, regardless of anything, the only way it'll work is if once these things hit your mind, if your mind is telling you to do something that is going to benefit your future, pull that trigger immediately. Don't think about it. Don't wait. Don't talk to somebody else about it. Really don't talk to nobody else about it. Pull that trigger immediately. Do it. Because that's what you're asking for with these affirmations. To know what you need to do, to know what you want, to know what you need to do to get that, and to do it. Doing it is the key. Because you can know what you want all day, and you can know what you need to do to get it, but if you ain't doing it, it's a waste. So now, I want to just talk about some ways that you can facilitate, because I think that it's important. I now that I see how this whole thing worked out and played out, I see now that it is very important that we utilize our downtime in ways that make us feel good, in ways that allow us to live in the life that we are moving towards. I don't want to say dream, because you're asleep when you're dreaming, and baby, I want this when I'm awake. And I want this when I'm alive. So instead of scrolling through Instagram and looking through what your friends are doing, honestly, who cares what they're doing? If you're not with them specifically at any given moment and y'all are building, do something else. Look at what you want for your life. So you can sit down and write down, as an exercise, write down what you want. Or you could just think about it in your head if you feel like it'll stick, and just close your eyes, or look at hashtags of the things that you want. And I don't care what it is. It could be, even if you just want to look at cash. Look at cash. Type in the hashtag cash and see what comes up. I don't know. I never did it, so I don't know if cash is going to come up, but look at it. If it's a G-Wagon Benz, look at it. If it's a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, look at it. Look at all of them. Just keep looking through the hashtag and get happy and jump up and down, and I don't care what you got to do. Feel it. Feel yourself in it. Feel the feeling that it when you're driving in that. If it's private jets, look through private jets. If it's luxury homes, look through that. If it's home decor, look through that. If it's a cabin in the woods, look through that. Look through these hashtags instead of looking through what your friends are doing or looking through the popular or whatever you call it. I don't know what page that is, the explore page. Don't look through those things. That's somebody telling you what to look at. Be thoughtful and choose your content. Be thoughtful and choose what you consume. Now, another thing you could do, clearly, everybody's best friend, Google. You can Google these things. Another thing you can do, YouTube. You can YouTube these things. And this is, like I said, if you're choosing to have downtime, do that. It is very important, and I'm going to say this as well. It is very important to include what type of home you're going to live in. Look at houses. Look at furniture. Look at home decor, color schemes, all these things, because you want to picture what you want. Look at faucets. Look at doorknobs. Look at cabinets. Look at architecture of buildings or homes. Look at all of these types of things, because those things help you to see where you're going to be. Now, once you have all of these things, you have the home, the car, all of that type of stuff. If you want good health, I advise you, I strongly advise you, look at fruits. Look at vegetables. Look at good vegan food. And the reason why I'm saying vegan is not because I'm trying to tell you to be vegan. It's because if you want to be healthy, that is most likely the best route to go. And you don't have to be that right now. But if you imprint that into your mind, eventually you'll make it there. And it is a passive way to get there. And I don't care how much you don't want to do that. If you feel like the parasites in you are telling you, no, meat is where it's at, I promise you, if you keep looking at that and you salivate over a mango, that is what you're going to eventually want. And that is where you're going to go health-wise, is to that side. And if you know in your heart that that's the best way to be living and to be eating, do it. Now, on top of that, if you want to go even further, picture the type of man or woman you want to be with. Picture the type of children you want. Look at all these things. Picture vacations that you want to take. Even if it's not vacations, picture vacation homes you want to own. Picture anything. But remember, never look at these things with negative feelings. Never, the word I mean never look at anything of this sort with negative feelings. Don't look at it like, I wish I had that. Look at it like you're in it, like you have it right now. Feel it. You're there. You have it. It's yours. You're doing it. This is your life. You're looking at your life in the future. Don't look at it like it's in the future though, but I'm just telling you what you're doing. You're looking at your life in the future, and you're living it now. Go to, I don't know what I was just about to say, but regardless, this is definitely a way to make your life better. You feeling it. You and all of these things, these emotions, these happy thoughts that you're feeling, never look at somebody. I don't care where it is, what you're doing. If you see somebody doing something good, if you see something you like, or you see something that you wish you want, congratulate that person. Be happy for that person. Because at the end of the day, when you congratulate that person and you're happy for that person, you're congratulating yourself. You're being happy for yourself. Never look at anything negatively. Always find the good in every single situation. I don't care what it is. Look at the good in that situation. And if you continue to do this and you practice this and you push yourself to be positive, I don't care how negative you've been in your life. Push yourself as much as possible to be positive and create that habit. Being positive is a choice. Being happy is a choice. And once you choose that life, once you choose happiness and you choose positivity, nothing will ever make you sad. I'm not saying that you're never going to have down times, but what I'm saying is it's not going to last. It can't last. It's impossible for it to last. You're going to be able to bounce back so quickly from anything that doesn't feel positive or isn't vibrationally uplifting, that you're not even going to remember the negative things that happen. You could literally have the worst 2 minutes of your life, and then 2 minutes later, you're normal again. So, like I said, once you feel all of these feelings, now it's time to get to work. You got to use that as your way to dig out of the fear. That is helping you to pull yourself out of the fear of whatever fears you had in your life. Feel that good and demolish the fear. And it'll take that away, because now you know that there should be nothing stopping you from feeling those things continuously, from actually living those happy thoughts, feelings, and those good taste and smells and sights and the good scenery around your beautiful home, and the beautiful home that you're living in, that home that smells good and it's always clean and it got good food cooking in there, or beautiful fruit trees with nice, beautiful, big, ripe fruits always available for you to eat. All of these things, you want it to happen right now. And you know now that you have to do something in order to get it. And it makes it that much easier to just do it. There's going to be nothing that's going to be able to stop you from doing what you got to do to get those things. But you got to be confident in that. And pull the trigger. If something comes to your mind, pull that trigger. If an idea comes to your head, write it down. There's an app that I use that helps me to organize every single thing that I do. It's called Trello, Trello. It's on your computer. They have the app for your phones. It's everywhere. Use it. All of these things, like, it's kind of, you could open up a Pinterest. You could do Pinterest. You could create a vision board, whatever the case is, but use Trello to organize. And all of these thoughts, these happy feelings that you're feeling, you could write them down and then start to create checklists of things that you need to do to achieve it. You can create checklists, or you can create a list of things that could potentially get you there, and sort through that list and see what you know you're capable of, or that resonates with you to allow you to achieve these things. And like, I am just astounded at how well this has worked for me. And even though I am like, this all happened today and things aren't even like fully confirmed, it's confirmed for me. I don't even care. Like, I know that my life is officially changed. I know that everything, all the years that I've been busting my ass, blood, sweat, and tears, nights with no sleep, going to sleep at 1 p.m. in the afternoon is all worth it.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.